The unofficial, official history of Bazooka Joe Bubblegum. Certain things are as American as apple pie, and that applies to baseball, hot dogs, old Chevrolets, and in our opinion, Bazooka Bubblegum. Its origins date back to 1947, as life settled back to normal for the greatest generation, many who had served their country. In an era of renewed optimism and prosperity, a small company in Brooklyn, New York introduced a square piece of gum clad in a patriotic red, white, and blue wrapper. Its origins were American, and so were its colors. As to why it was called Bazooka, one can only speculate. Perhaps it was about the anti-tank weapon used in World War II. Maybe not. Many, however, don't realize that the original Bazooka Bubblegum did not come with its popular wax paper comic, nor was Bazooka Joe the first spokesperson. The first mascot was Bazooka, the Atom Bubble Boy, who burst on the scene in 1949.
He's a bubble boy!
A bubble boy?
Yes, a bubble boy!
What's a bubble boy?
His name was apropos of the Cold War, which had just begun, and this young man had many skills, the most notable being that he could blow gigantic bubbles, allowing him access to spontaneous travel long before the days of cheaper airfare. His journey took him far and wide, but didn't last long due to our marketing oversight. Bazooka may have been one of the first to offer a multi-pack of gum, but consumers weren't ready to spend a nickel when the average cost for a single piece of gum was only a penny, and a full-size candy bar cost the same. Also, in the post-atomic age, the reference to radiation may have played a role. It wasn't until 1953 that Bazooka Joe, who bears a striking similarity to his predecessor, and his gang entered our hearts, and Top realized the importance of selling affordable individual units. Fair to say, the second time round was the charm. Bazooka Joe and his gang were clad not only in the fashions of the time, but also in cultural references. Some speculate that Bazooka Joe's eye patch was a wink and a nod to the famous Hathaway shirt man, which was one of the most successful marketing campaigns of the 1950s. His friends had unique qualities too. One had an overly healthy appetite, another always wore an oversized roll-neck sweater, and Tuffy, aka George Washington Abraham Lincoln Jones, wore his naval hat with the same swagger that today's kids wear baseball hats. The cartoons were an instant success, not only for their humor, but also because they offered a fortune. Collectors flocked to them, and over the years, over 1,535 were produced. If you search on eBay, you will find the earlier, slightly larger comics command at a premium price. In 2012, Bazooka Joe ended his 59-year run due to the comics being discontinued. Some speculate that this was the beginning of the end for the Topps Candy Co., while others think it began in 2007 when a private equity firm acquired the brand and they wanted to target a younger, hipper audience. To quote Bob Dylan, "Times they are changin'." And change they did, as even the rapper got a pre-Botox facelift. Instead of staying true to its patriotic-inspired roots, the rapper took on a modern look, complete with graffiti-inspired graphics and a brighter day-glow colors. The past few years have seen a resurgence in all things retro, especially in the candy industry. Bodomo's Taffy returned after several decades-long hiatus, and B-Man's Blackjack and Clove Chewing Gum returned after being permanently discontinued several years prior. Following this trend, Topps Candy Co. announced in 2019 that they would be offering a throwback series offering comics, fortunes, and the original red, white, and blue packaging. Each pack will consist of 6 pieces of bubblegum. It only took 7 years to get it right, finally.
Say what?
And collectors will have a chance to collect 48 of the most popular comics from the 1970s and 80s. As the old expression goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like so many exceptional American items such as Levi's blue jeans and Coca-Cola, it is refreshing to see one of the world's most famous bubblegums return to its roots.
History of Mckeesport Candy Company, 1959 to 1973. Written by Mark Andover on behalf of the National Candy Wholesalers Association, July 1967. The Mckeesport Candy Company was founded by Ernest Prince in 1927. Some years later, exact date unknown, he was joined in the business by his cousin, Max Mullen. The company had a consistent growth, and in 1935 they moved to their present location at 1101 Fifth Avenue in Mckeesport. This location was expanded in succeeding years by adding on to the original building. The company deals in wholesale candy and distribution of tobacco products. Since 1945, their line has expanded to include the packaging of candy as well as a large line of seasonal candy and candy novelties. Their customers include discount stores, grocery outlets, drugstores, supermarkets, and large volume users throughout western Pennsylvania. Todd Candy Company was incorporated in 1958. Bulk candies are bagged under the Todd label, and this merchandise is sold to Mckeesport Company for distribution. Todd carries some 160 items, many of which are not available from any other source. The company has a long history of sourcing obscure, hard-to-find, and regional candies. The two companies share the same premises with facilities divided off. The combined companies now employ 37 people, but we anticipate a double of this figure in a short time. There is an ever-growing demand for candy items that are available at a local level. Because of uncertainty of freight shipments and the highly seasonal nature of the business, many chains and large supermarkets make use, or would make use, of a local supplier to round out their departments and to provide backup merchandise when direct shipments do not arrive. The management is young, aggressive, and able to sense trends in consumer desires, and the company remains committed to following Ernest Prince's mission statement conveyed in his 1955 keynote presidential speech to the National Wholesale Confectioners Association. To continue progress, the candy wholesaler must find ways to better serve the mass market. Two very important ways in which he is better equipped is the quality of customer service and the availability of merchandise.
For more than 93 years, we have abided by the key core principles of our founder to provide customers with the highest quality candy at reasonable prices with exceptional customer care. We believe the future of candy is rooted in the past and remain committed to being leaders in the wholesale candy industry, preserving the products and values that have guided us since the company was founded by Ernest Price in 1927. Looking for corporate promotion or unique gift? We frequently handle customer packaging requests and can help create candy programs ideal for corporate gifts or promotions, regardless of budget or complexity. We can coordinate shipping to multiple locations, thus making corporate gifting a breeze. Please reach out and allow us to help make your candy dreams a reality. Representing the third and a half generations, John H. Prince, Jonah Half, and Roger Sherry continue family traditions started 9 decades ago. I look forward to providing an online shopping experience as delightful as the candy brands we proudly present.